قوليلي زاكي ولا مش زاكي؟ قوليلي زاتشي ولا مش زاتشي? Do you know the difference between these two sentences? I, Sarah Al-Ajami, will talk about the different dialects in Palestine. Here are the main ideas for our presentation. We're going to look at the definition of dialects, the types of dialects in Palestine, the reason for different dialects in Palestine, the importance of dialects, the dialect of people of Gaza, the different dialects in the war on Gaza, and the importance of preserving dialects. Let's start by looking at the definition of what a dialect is. A dialect is a regional variety of a language, differing from the standard language used by the members of a particular group or class. There are many different types of dialects in Palestine, and we're going to look at some of the main ones. We have the urban dialect, the rural dialect, and the Negev dialect. The urban dialect is utilized by the majority of the major Palestinian civilizations and cultures, such as Jaffa, Gaza, Nablus, Hebron, Akka, and Nazareth. The rural Palestinian dialect is generally utilized by Palestinians in villages. There are differences between these dialects compared to the northern and Syrian dialect, depending on their proximity to the Lebanese or Syrian borders, or southern to the Bedouin dialect. The Negev dialect is a dialect of the Sinai Bedouin. The urban dialect is based on a number of pillars. To start off, there's the conversion of the deep ka into a bold a, which is more frequent in the West Bank. For example, qadim or adim or qalam or alam. There's the conversion of the tha into a za. It is widespread in most of the cities of Palestine. For example, Dhikrayat and Zikrayat. We also have the conversion of the emboldened a into a ya, such as malaikiya and malaikiya. We also have different forms of words that maintain the same meaning. For example, halgate, hassa, halkate, and halla, all of them have the same meaning of right now. We also have the utilization of terms from other linguistic origins, like the word tatliya from the Turkish origin and the word power bank from the English origin. Moving on, we have the rural Palestinian dialect. The main pillars of this dialect include using the syllable cha in Arabic. Some villages used to convert the ka letter into a cha, like sukkar and sutcha. There's the conversion of the deep ka into a soft ka. This takes place in the majority of historical Palestinian villages. For example, Qalqilia and Kalkilia. There's also Qadim and Kadim. There's a conversion of the deep ka into a ja. This predominantly takes place with words like qal become jal, and we also have the conversion of the letter ka into an it. For example, words like are pronounced as turchi, and the word qalb is pronounced as chalb. Finally, we have the Negev dialect. It depends on converting the deep ka into a ga. So Waket becomes waget. They break the letters at the end of the word. For example, بحبك becomes بحبكي. There are many different reasons for why we have different dialects in Palestine. First of all, one of the reasons includes geography. It's an essential factor for having these differences within the dialects. Due to the nature of the places and areas that people live in, for instance, the coast, the plain, the mountains, and the desert, these areas affect the way people end up speaking and the way they interact with each other and the way their language evolves when they are interacting together. Similarly, this is how societies also affect dialects, as social classes and family traditions play a role in determining the dialects that we use. We also have the effect of history. Dialects have been affected by the successive occupations of Palestine, such as the Ottomans and the British Empire. We also, of course, have education. The language used in education affects the overall evolution and changes within dialects. Now, of course, there's great significance and importance of these differing dialects. They represent and reinforce our Palestinian identity. They also manage to reflect our culture and our traditions. They also manage to assist us in conveying our stories and our history. They build the link between communities where each group can recognize itself through its dialect. They also really help to preserve our heritage. The Ghazan dialect is distinct and easily recognizable compared to other Palestinian cities. That means that you can easily identify a person from Gaza from his or her accent. Gaza's linguistic diversity stems from its unique demographic composition. It's home to many refugees from various Palestinian cities. This contributes to the diversity of dialects within the city. The original Ghazan resident has their own distinct dialect, and some of them also speak in a dialect influenced by Egyptian Arabic. This mixture of different dialect has created a very unique blend within the Gaza city. The war on Gaza exemplified this difference increasingly for us. For instance, the displacement during the war highlighted the variety of different dialects across Gaza. When the people of Gaza were displaced to different places, they got to know many people who speak different accents, and from them, they learned different ways of saying things, or even learned completely new words. For example, the electric generator. Residents of northern Gaza say motor, which is an English word, but people from Khan Yunis say zannun, which is a new word for the people of Gaza. There's also the word for water heater, in which in the north of Gaza people say sakhan or heater, and in the south people say something along the lines of kam. These changes in these examples have significance in which these linguistic diversities showcase the cultural richness of Gaza and exemplify the shared experiences, fostering a deeper understanding of regional differences. Preserving our original Palestinian dialects is crucial for maintaining our cultural heritage and unique identity. Each dialect carries the history, traditions, and stories of the communities it originates from, serving as a living archive of our collective past. However, many individuals are increasingly abandoning these distinct accents in favor of more generalized or modern city accents, often driven by their desire to conform or to assimilate. While this shift may seem like a small adaptation, it risks erasing the linguistic diversity that reflects the richness of Palestinian life. Losing our dialects means losing a vital part of our identity, disconnecting future generations from their roots, and diminishing the cultural mosaic that defines Palestine. By embracing and celebrating our local accents, we not only honor our ancestors, but also safeguard our heritage for the future. This is not just about language, it's about preserving the soul of our culture. Finally, I have a video that I would like you to watch. Reflect upon this video and think of which Palestinian city does this dialect return to. Thank you so much for watching.
يا اختي اسم الله ما احلى ثوبها. تعالي جاي، تعالي ضبي كيف حالك يا طيه، ما احلى ثوبك، الله دهكك، تحليك الشاي.